coming to your face, you're gonna knock it out of the way, almost like a shielding motion, straight out. Now your target is gonna be the solar plexus first. So this bone is your sternum, the soft spot that knocks your wind out. I want you to get still from the horse riding stance. Put those two together. You're gonna come across and back and up and in. 1, 2, 3, in. 1, 2, 3, in. There's one more part of the self-defense tool you need to know about, and that's this hammer knot right here. When you start to hit, same thing on the Tonfa. This martial arts class, you'll discover how to defend yourself with the Japanese Tonfa. Grab a pair of Tonfa and follow me. Start with a Tonfa in each hand. You're gonna have your first finger and your thumb closed around the knob so it doesn't slide out. The rest of your hand is relaxed, not open, but relaxed so that when you start to spin, it can slide through your hand like that. You're gonna warm up with strikes. Start in a horse riding stance with your feet parallel, your hips rolled back, pull your stomach up and in, chamber your Tonfa to the side, and you're gonna punch straight out. Straight out. Now your target is gonna be the solar plexus first. So this bone is your sternum, the soft spot that knocks your wind out. That's your first target. You're gonna go through the center line. After 30 seconds of this middle punch, go right up into the face. You're either gonna hit them right here below the nose or into the throat. After 30 seconds of this high strike, go right into the spot between their belly button and their private parts. That thin muscle that keeps your guts in. You're gonna hit them there and put them on the floor. Now that you've warmed up with the basic strikes, you're gonna go into a high blocking motion. You're using the stick over your arm to give you extra protection against a hard strike or another weapon. So you're gonna block up. You're blocking up and pushing out a little bit, but don't push out so much that now your head's open. Now bring the hand through the middle. Punches come into your face. You're gonna knock it out of the way, almost like a shielding motion. Keep your stomach up and in. Always warm up with blocks and strikes. Now the last one, coming out. And again, this stick is stopping them from breaking your arm. Now that your body's warmed up, we're gonna start to spin. This is the first spin. Now again, I'm keeping these fingers closed, and these fingers are relaxing, but not open. That allows me to swing it out and swing it back. Watch this bag. A lot of force, and you're creating that force by turning the hip, by extending the arm, and by allowing it to swing through your hand. You've got to let it go through your hand. It's not gonna do a 360 turn. It's gonna come out and come back. Slow at first, gradually improve your speed. That means go faster. Every time you're bringing it back into this chambered position, get that up and under that arm. Your next spin is gonna be straight up. I'm gonna bring it up under your chin. Or maybe you're trying to grab me. Maybe you've got a knife. And I'm gonna swing and knock it just bam, right out of the way. Really devastating strike. Practice that, get in a good horse riding stance, kick your heels out, drive your hips back and bring it up. Make sure it's spinning. And it's also hip. You're gonna push at the hip, extend the arm, and spin. Remember the three things you need for power: hip, arm, spin. So So you're gonna bring it up. And just like the strikes, you wanna try for your center line. That means you can do it out here, but you're not doing much. Always go right through the middle of your attacker. Now I want you to get still from the horse riding stance. Put those two together and come across and back and up and in. 1, 2, 3, in. 1, 2, 3, in. Final drill is still in the horse riding stance, and I want you to strike in and pull it out, and then I want you to spin it halfway so that it's an extension of your body, a long extension. Strike them and put it away. So watch again. I go out, back, spin it, and I hit them twice and back in. Now this is a drill that's gonna help you get better at moving the tonfa in your hand, but it's also a very effective strike. You're adding distance. I'm gonna pick up my PR-24. That's the one I got when I was a military policeman in the Marine Corps for a very short time. I got certified on that twice, and then I learned how to teach it. I want you to see, it's based on this weapon. I want you to see how useful it is. Now, a police officer was only gonna carry one. 100 years ago, when I was still in the Marine Corps as a policeman, I was issued one like this, and then I bought my own. You couldn't buy one back then. I don't think you still can, unless you were in law enforcement, because this is a law enforcement tool. It's a self-defense tool. It's very effective. Now, from here, you can see this one's a little bit longer. That gives me more protection. That means I can get behind it. Someone's coming in, especially in the Marine Corps. We'd have these big fights out at the desert base before people were going away for the war. We'd be swinging rifles at each other. As a police officer, you're not gonna pull your gun and shoot somebody because they're in a fight, but you pull out your side handle baton, the PR-24, that's what they call it, and then you have a shield. You're not gonna shoot somebody because they're swinging a rifle unless you don't have any other choice. And that's the whole point of a non-lethal weapon. Now this can be lethal. I mean, you can kill anybody with anything. You can kill them with your hands if you know what you're doing. But the point is, you don't want to, right? You're a law enforcement. You're protecting and serving. You're not trying to hurt people. So if you know how to use this, you can use this instead of the gun. So you pull it out, you have that shield for protection, but then, boom, you can also take somebody out really fast. Not kill them, but put them on the ground very fast. And here's the best one. This thing works so well. This tip here, all of the concentrated force and energy is put right here on the tip. That means my entire body weight, my ability to step and strike, all comes out right there. Now if I hit you here, anywhere on this line really, you're gonna go down. You're going to the floor. Seen it. Bam. Straight in, puts everything into a spasm. You can't stand up. Now, the other way to use that, not just this strike here, but is to spin it. Remember that strike right here? Now I got it right here. I can add some force. Look at what it looks like on the bag over here. There's one more part of the self-defense tool you need to know about, and that's this hammer knot right here. When you start to hit, same thing on the tonfa. That's not just to keep it from flying out of your hand, but you hold it in this position, and now you can hook. There are all kinds of pressure point manipulations, joint locks, which is my favorite, and takedowns. That means you could put some pressure on somebody in a way that you can't do just with your hands. I can, I've got strong hands, but you add this in there, I'm not kidding. It's a force multiplier. The force in your hands, force in your body, all of a sudden you use this or the tonfa to defend yourself even faster. But look at this, back to this knot. Strike him with that. That hits really, really hard. And again, all the force gets concentrated on the spot that hits him. This little tip right here. It's very powerful, very effective. You can also use it to trip, smash. You can knock out a window. If someone's trapped in their car, the car's on fire, they're stuck in the canal down here, smash that out. It's a very effective weapon. These things are indestructible. The Tonfa is pretty indestructible too. I've had that for 30 years. Do push-ups on it, all kinds of stuff all the time. I still haven't broken it, but it's getting a little loose. That's why I'm showing you with this one, these strikes. I'm gonna save that pair until I get a replacement. Check out these other videos on the Tonfa and let me know if you've used the PR24, if you've seen one of these, if you've spun it around. If you're certified, maybe you're like me, you got certified in law enforcement. I'll see you in the next video.